forgot to log on. One second. Hi. So, we're looking at 35 degrees there. Now what's the other measurement we know? The measurement we're looking for is our height, which is here. But what other measurement do we know in this? Can someone tell me? A is 8.1. Where's the 8.1 go? Is it the hypotenuse? Oh, I understand. The adjacent's 8.1. Very good, Lucas. Lucas is telling me this is 8.1, because that's how far we are away from the flagpole. So if we go through and label our triangle, I'm going to label it a different color. H-O-A. And I like to write everything down, so I'm going to write H-O-A and theta. Theta is 35. A is 8.1. And this one is our unknown H. Can someone tell me, what are we going to use? Are we going to use sine, cosine, SOHCAHTOA, or TOA? Which one are we going to use? Knowing that we have these two here. Oh geez, I labeled that wrong. That's not that. Oh, you're lagging? Okay. Oh, sorry, I labeled it wrong. You're right. I'm gonna unshare and then share back. Hope that takes away the lag. Okay, sorry, I labeled that wrong. I labeled it correctly, but then I put that in there. So, what am I going to use? I have I have A and O. So, ka, or toa? Good, toa. So I'm going to go down here. Let's write in what I have. So tan theta equals O over A. So I write in what I know. So I know tan, I know theta is 35, equals opposite's my unknown. Adjacent's 8.1. So how do I move that 8.1 over again? I need to move it over. So what's it going to become when it comes over here? Good, multiply. So that's going to be 8.1 times tan 35 equals H. Can someone, let's do that on our calculators to see if we make sure we all get the right answer. Just go to one decimal place. Who can give me the answer for that? Oh, not 56. Some 1.5. I got 5.6. You might have wrote in 81 instead of 8.1. We can. So 5.6 meters. And then we write a statement such as, oh, is that the height of the flagpole? Yes or no? Is the height of the flagpole 5.6 meters? What do we say? Why no, Kiara? Can you tell me why? How did we go from 5.6 to 7.3? Correct. Our triangle is this part up here. Oops. We did this part here for the triangle, the height here. We have to add in this part here. So in this case, 5.6 plus 1.7 equals 7.3. Okay? Perfect. So therefore, we write a therefore statement then of therefore the height of the pole is 7.3 meters. Good. Oh, I like this question. So, over here, I write SOHCAHTOA. Good. So, a hot air balloon is attached to a 95-meter long rope that rises from a platform. Alright. So, there's my balloon. Oh, that's a bad circle. Let me draw a perfect circle here. Oh my gosh. Wouldn't even pick that up. Think the shape. Perfect circle. Good. So there's our balloon. Now it's attached to a rope. Let's draw our rope. There's no ground. That's fine. So our rope goes down to a platform. Okay? Our rope is 95 meters long. Oops. Oh, I drew that mistakenly. Oops, okay. So, the rope is attached to our platform. Right here. Okay? When the length, so that's 95 meters all the way down. Sam, who's in the basket, estimates the angle of depression to where the rope is attached is 55 degrees. So you have to remember, Sam's in here. So his line of sight is straight out this way. Okay? So when we talked about angle depression up here, we talked about it's from the line of sight. So depression's going down. Now since Sam's in the basket up here, he's looking straight out here. So the 55 is going to go in here. And then we can continue this triangle. That's a perfect triangle. Good. How far to the nearest meter did the balloon drift horizontally? So we're trying to find this distance here. So we have a 90 degree here, but we don't have this angle or this angle. Could we find it? There's actually two ways we could find it. We could find this angle one way, or we could find this angle in a different way. Do I have any suggestions?
Yeah.
Okay.
To find the one like 55, find it like this. Sorry. Get to the triangle.
Good.
55, 90, get that from
That's it. Perfect. Excellent. Anyone know how to get this angle down here? Not using that 35. Very good, Chris. If you remember back grade 9 math, you had Z pattern, where these two are parallel. This angle equals this angle. So if that angle is 55, that would mean this would be 55. Good. We're going to work with the 35 though, right off the bat. Okay, so now sometimes this looks really confusing now. What I like to do is I like to redraw my triangle so it's a little bit simpler for me to see. You can if you wish, but if not, that's perfectly fine. So I'm going to redraw it. So this is 95, and this is 35. This is my x. And let's label it here. HOA theta. What do I know in this triangle? Someone want to give me what I know? Please and thank you.
The H is
Very good.
35.
Yep.
Is
Good. And what's my unknown? Good job, Lucas, with H is 95. What's my unknown? What's x? Is that my opposite or my... Good. Good job, Lucas. So that's my... O is my unknown. So what am I going to use? So, ka, or toa? What am I going to use? I have these two here. I'm using so, ka, or toa.
so.
Thank you, Paris. So sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. Then I plug everything in out. Sine 35 equals x over 95. Now with the other question we just did, I bring it over. So I get 95 times sine 35. And what is that? To one decimal place, please. Well, watch your rounding there, Lawrence. 54 is right. It was 54.5. Because it's a 8 after the 4. Okay. Now the question is, we'll let everyone get set up for a second. The question is, how high is the balloon? Now there's two ways to solve this as well. So right now we have this going on. We have 95. We have 54.5. We want to find this. We know this is 35. In fact, today we know this is 55. So there's three ways we could find this. Can someone help me with one of the ways? One's going to be one that we just did. Well, two of them are that, and one's a flashback. We could use over A, we could use tangent, right? So if I did this, okay, theta, this is 95. Which angle are we using here, Ben? The 55 or 35?
55 because we're not
Okay, good. And this would be, oops. And this would be our x, right? So we could use that. Tangent 55 equals x over 54.5. Then bring it over. Thank you, Dylan. Now there's another way to do this that is not trigonometry. Can someone tell me what it is? Pythagorean theorem. Correct. You could do Pythagorean theorem here, where this is C, this is A, and this is B. You could go B squared equals C squared minus A squared. And you could work through that as well. You'll get the same answer. It's just another way to look at it. Alright, let's do a tougher one now. I made up 2 questions of our own. We'll start with this one with Ben. And I'm going to leave you for, not going to leave you, but I'm going to give you a minute or two to I'm going to give you a minute to draw the diagram, and I want you to post it in, let me copy this, I'll bring this over to OneNote. I'll make this smaller for you. And I want you to post your picture in the Padlet that is attached to that. Okay, so read over that question. Then try to put, I want to see your picture of your diagram in the Padlet for me, please. So you see the question that's about Ben? So draw the diagram and take a picture of that diagram and put it in the Padlet. The diagram for the question. So I want you to draw the diagram on a piece of paper, then take a picture of the diagram and put it in the Padlet for me to look at.
But like, where's the Padlet though?
You can use that QR code with your phone, and then once you click on that QR code, it'll take you right to the Padlet.
But where do I find like to take a picture of the QR code? Where do I take it?
Just use your phone on the computer. Hold your phone up to it with with the camera.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Just send the diagrams there. Solve it after, but I'm more concerned with your diagrams. Okay. Well, try to just read the question first. I'll go and make the diagram. But read over this question and see if you can draw what's happening. Who was my first person to put it up? Make sure when you put your diagram, for the first person to put it up, that looks like the points are labeled 80 and 40. Where I'm more concerned with, like, just watch where you put your numbers. Good. And identify what angle I'm trying to get you to find. Okay? Identify the angle I'm trying to get you to find with like an X or something along those lines. Who's the blue light special? Is that you? Who's my blue light special? Good. Make sure you include what angle. That's a good one. The person with the graph paper. Now, if you get caught, go to that Padlet and take a look at other people. The graph paper one is the one that's most correct right now. Okay? The person that put the X at the very bottom, the X is going to have to be at the very top. Although I realize I made this question a lot harder than I thought. Diagrams look good. The wording of where the angle is going to be the interesting part. Because finding the angle is actually going to take 2 steps to get. Well, that's you with the blue light, Lucas. Your 40 is not, the 40 I gave you is not the hypotenuse. You have to switch your X and 40 up along those lines, because I'm 40 meters away from the building, not 40 meters away from the person. Good. Okay. And Lucas, I think we stop at 12:15ish, I believe. Good. So diagrams are hitting it pretty much bang on. So I'm going to jump on mine and draw the diagram. But the angle is going to be the one that's your... So, here's Ben on top of the school. Here I am, 40 meters away, 40 feet away. And Ben's 80 feet up. Okay, so pretty much all the diagrams have that, which is good. Now the tough thing here is looking at what kind of angle depression he's got to shoot at. So we're looking for this angle. But we can't find this angle right away, but we can find this one. And then use, as we did before, that's a 90-degree angle. So let's find this one first. So let's label everything up. HOA theta. This is Y. What's my adjacent in this case? What's my adjacent number? If I'm trying to find Y right here, what's my measurement of my adjacent? Good, 80. Now, do I have my opposite or hypotenuse here? What's the 40? Opposite or hypotenuse? Good. 40. Perfect. So let's say, and what am I going to use? So, Ka, or Toa? Which one am I using? Good. Toa. So tan theta equals O over A. So tan Y equals 40 over 80. Tan Y equals, I'm going to go 0.5. 0.5. Now, what's my next step from here? What do I need to move over? If you remember from yesterday. What do I need to move over to the other side? Right now I have tan y equals 0.5. What do I need to move over? Not the x. Good, so I need to move the tan over. And when I do, it becomes tan negative 1, 0.5. Right? Then I want you to plug that in your calculator so I can see that we can plug it in. Oh, no, it shouldn't be 2.1. Something's wrong there. 26.6. Watch, Ben. Double check if your calculator is on degrees or rads. So this equals 26. Let's round up to 27. Okay? That means this is 27. So what's this angle here? If that angle is 27, this is the angle of depression that Ben needs to take his shot at. How are we going to find this part right here? This part, this angle right here is 27. Good. Equals what's that? 73? No, 63. 63 degrees. Okay. Now for a tough one. This would be something like the hardest I could get you to do. Okay. So, I'm going to get you to drop your picture back into drop your picture into the Padlet again so I can see what you draw. So Nathan and Mark are standing on either side of a pole. Each has a rope attached to the top of the pole. Nathan is on the left side of the pole. The rope he's holding is 75 feet in length, and the angle of elevation of the rope is 32 degrees. Mark is on, right in here, on the right side of the pole, standing 40 meters away from the pole, and his rope is attached to the angle of elevation of 40 degrees. Which person's rope is attached higher on the pole? So that's going to be a hard one to draw out. I'd like you to try to take a drawing of that. Let's see, I can erase these old ones. Because really the hardest part of these word problems is getting the drawing down. Once you have the drawing down, it's easy you guys are skilled enough to do the math. So I'm going to go refill my water, and then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to take a picture of take a look at some sweet drawings. So your job right now, attempt to sketch it out, then post it on Padlet. If you're totally lost, sketch it, don't put it on Padlet, and then look at the Padlet when everyone else puts it up, and see if you're on the right track, okay? Oh, let me see. Do I have any diagrams? Oh, very good. Those two diagrams are perfect. Good, good, perfect. Perfect, good. These are all wonderful diagrams right now. Oh, the person with the graph paper. The angle, where you put the angle is actually opposite. Because remember, it comes from the perspective of the person. So if you take a look at the Padlet, the other people have the angles from the person's perspective. Good. I like how whoever this is labeled Nathan and Mark on their diagram, which is nice. Now if you can, please go ahead and try to solve. Alright. Oh damn it, I was talking to myself. Alright, sorry, I was talking with, did you guys hear what I was saying over the last 2 minutes? You tell me in chat, I accidentally had the mic off, but I don't know if the computer. Okay. So, I was saying these diagrams are wonderful. The one person, oh, maybe you did hear me, one person fixed it. These diagrams are all bang on, they're excellent. Perfect. Good, we fixed our angles. Good. If you can go ahead and start solving it, it'd be really nice. Okay. I will start solving it on my computer. I'll move this over so people can get a look at that. For people who are struggling with how to make the diagram. So, I'll draw the diagram. So if you're ahead, you keep working on it. And you can post your math in there if you wish, as well after you solve it. So I can take a peek at what you have. So we have a pole here, a nice straight pole. We didn't draw a line for it. Okay. Then we have Nathan over here. And we have Mark over here. Nathan has a rope going up. His rope is 75 meters, 75 feet. And the angle of elevation of his rope is 32 degrees. Mark is 40 feet away from the pole, and his angle of elevation is 40 degrees. The question is asking whose rope is higher. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these two triangles, because I like to only look at one thing at a time. 32, 75, and we're trying to find this H right here. So if I label everything, HOA theta, 32, my opposite is my unknown, and H is 75. So I know I'm working with sine. sine 32 equals h over 75, move that over, sine times 75, about 40. I'm going to round up to 39.7. So that is, on this side, 39.7. Now if I go to the other side, here's my other triangle. This is 40. This is 40. I'm trying to find h. So now I have HOA theta, 40, 40, and this is my unknown. So I'm going to use tan. Move that over. $33.6. Now we're looking for height of the pole. The person who just posted it. We're looking for height of the pole. So your first triangle is correct. But your second triangle, you solve for the length of the rope, not the height of the pole. So the first time you solve for the height of the pole, but the second time you solve for the length of the rope. Just watch out on that one, okay? So in this case, Nathan is actually higher up. Okay? Could you just find the length of the rope on the right side to see if they're longer? No, because you're assuming they're both standing the same distance away from the pole. Right? Or in all actuality, if I did the math on this, if I want to find this here, let's label that y, I could use tangent here. I'm going to do it over here in this color. Tan 32 equals 39.7 over y. I'm going to flip these two. Um, 39.7 divided by 63. So in all actuality, Nathan, you're standing 63.5 feet away from the pole. So you couldn't just find out which rope's longer because they're not, either of them are standing in that sense. Okay? Always with diagrams, trust the numbers, not the math per se with it. Sorry, trust the numbers, not the diagram. Okay? The diagram may look like they're the same distance away, but they aren't. So before you go, how did that question go? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs middle? Just go U or D would be fine in chat. Good, good. It's a process sometimes. Oh, Christopher, you're killing me, kid. So what I want you to do right now is one of two things. Well, you're going to do two things right now. Number one, you can go do your homework. Now, when you look at your homework, you're going to whine at me that there's 10 questions, okay? You don't need to do all 10. Do at least what I write down there. Do at least 5, but you have to get 3 right in a row, okay? And do some that are looking for angles and looking for sides. Don't do all sides. So mix up which ones it's looking for, okay? So do the amount you need to do in order to feel confident in answering questions, okay? The other thing I want you to do right now is I'm going to do a attendance check. I'm going to put in the chat as well. So if you can either click on the link I just put in there and fill out your attendance, or use this to fill out your attendance. Therefore, I can see who's actually in the meeting. Okay, Tej, you're back in. Good. Perfect. And away we go.